It's made difficult, of course, with the driving wind, slippery surface. You went one down after a disappointing opening, but perfectly responded then immediately.
Yeah, I thought the first 25 minutes were very poor. Probably the conditions, there was a swirling wind there. You know, we didn't get to the pitch of the game very quick, but I think once we settled down, once they got the goal, we, you know, the shackles came off, and I think from there to the end of the whistle, we played very good football.
And Derry mentioned it, Derek Collin again with a goal just before half-time. Perfect time to score as well.
That's right, he's making a habit of it, definitely. It's his fourth goal this year already, and you know, I used to play with centre-backs, and when the ball came to the edge of the box, you just turn your back, because you know it's going to go 20 yards over the bar, but Derek really is probably one of the best finishers in the League of Ireland, never mind the club, and he stuck it away nicely.
Now, coming into the game, of course, Greg O'Halloran out with injury. There was a doubt about Patsy Frayne as well, but he played in another very good game.
Yeah, Greg was a big loss to me, because really the right-hand side has been a problem for me. I'm waiting for players to come back from injury, Stephen Napier, Fergus O'Donoghue, Colin O'Brien, all that side, and then you bring in Greg, who did very well for me, played very well last week, and Brian next, he picks up a knock with Brian Kerr's under-18 youth team, and I don't think anybody wants to play on the right-hand side of this park now, because everybody's getting injured.
But as you're saying, when some people are out, other people can come back in. Mark Herrick came back in, and of course himself and Dave Hill, like getting new players.
That's right. We missed the two lads last year. There's no doubt about it. But you know, they're class players. They're probably, you know, two of the best midfield players in the country. And you know, I'm kind of chopping things around, putting Dave Hill back, you know, back centre back, and Decky Daly off the right back. And I think Decky would rather play. Himself and Derek were outstanding last year, and I would like to get that partnership back. But having said that, it's a big squad. Mark came back in. It took him a bit of time to settle into the game. Well, once he did, he had a tremendous game, and you know, that's what it's all about. You need a squad.
Right, Dave. 6 points in the bag. Now it's Bohemians on Friday night, or an international select almost there. It should be a tricky game.
It should be. They've brought in as a 3 or 4 New Zealand players. You know, so you don't know what to expect. But having said that, we're just looking forward to sitting on a bus for another 3 hours and heading up the country. We seem to be travelling all the time at the moment, but you know, thankfully with the wins, we're going up there with a lot of confidence.
So an excellent win for Dave Barry's side on Sunday, and that puts them joint top of the League of Ireland.
Poor Gerald Dobbs, with his second goal in 2 games, ensured the misery continued for Bows as Cork won 2-0.
Tally so far. As Dave Barry's men take to the field, it really has been an amazing start to the season for them. 3 League Cup games and 7 league games played, and their 100% record still intact. Well, really an outstanding record when you consider they've travelled to the likes of Belfield, Bray and the Showgrounds. Their opponents today, 3rd placed Finn Harps, well, they come to Turner's Cross on the back of an excellent 2-1 away win at Shamrock Rovers, and getting roundly greeted for their fluorescent yellow strip here today. Well, let me run down the Cork City lineup for you. In goal, Noel Mooney. A back 4 of Greg O'Halloran, Declan Daly, Derek Collin and Brian Barry Murphy. Midfield, Flanagan, Frayne, Herrick and Cahill. And up front, it's Gerald Dobbs and Jason Cabia. On the bench, Noel Hartigan, John Caulfield, Garrett Cronin and John Cotter. Finn Harps, for their part, bring a lot of experience to Turner's Cross. Number 5 there, Gavin Dykes, back from Derry City. And number 9 there, centre of the picture, the one and only Jonathan Speake, really needs no introduction. Scorer of over 100 League of Ireland goals. Our referee today is Mr. Dick O'Hanlon from Waterford, and our 2 captains, the 2 number 4s, and the 2 Declans, Boyle and Daly, 2 very experienced men in League of Ireland circles. So the coin has been tossed, and it looks like Cork City have won it. And as far as I know, they're going to play away from the shed end in the first half. A capacity crowd in here today at Turner's Cross, and there's one of their favourites, Ollie Cahill, in sparkling form of late. So 90 minutes to decide if Cork City's run, 100% record, will that stay intact? And it's Finn Harps getting the game underway, playing left to right here, attacking the shed end in the first half. And the first ball gone out for a throw, Declan Daly. First touch for Patsy Frayne. They'll be looking for a big game as always from Patsy today. There's Declan Daly, the captain, heading it clear. And going in there hard is Jason Cabia. Took a heavy knock, but Kelvin Flanagan coming away under pressure from Tom Mohan and Donal O'Brien. And that's back for Brian McKenna, the former UCD and St. Pat's goalkeeper. Can get that one clear, but it's back in again. Flanagan jumping, but time here for O'Brien. O'Brien hacks that one clear downfield. Brian Barry Murphy is going back. Noel Mooney is coming out for it. Well, Tom Mohan is closing fast, but he won't make that. And that's going to go out for a goal kick to Cork City. Well, the shed end, as always, packed to capacity. They'll be looking to cheer on their home side to another victory here today. You know, it's Finn Harps coming forward. Great tackle, Declan Daly. Pascal Vodacan, very experienced right back, coming forward for Harps. Patsy Frayne doing the harrying in midfield, but Eamon Kavanagh can get it out to Jonathan Minnick, the left back, just 21 years of age, but a very exciting prospect, we're told, for Finn Harps. Now coming forward again, but that's given away by Kavanagh. Patsy Frayne loses out. Donal O'Brien straight through. James Mulligan, first chance of the game. He's put it wide. Well, an ideal opportunity for Finn Harps to silence the City crowd here today. But Mulligan, normally such a reliable goal scorer, the former Sligo man, denied on that occasion by Noel Mooney. Now Vodacan with the corner, and that's cleared only as far as Tom Mohan. Derek Collin goes in with the challenge. Jonathan Speake going after it, but that's going to go out for a goal kick to Cork City. Brilliant save though from Noel Mooney, and the crowd applauding that one behind the City goal. Well, the fields of Bishopstown getting its usual airing here at Turner's Cross. Cork City, of course, have hit 9 goals in their last 2 home games, a 5-0 thumping of Waterford and 4-1 previous to that against Dundalk. 2 super results, and of course that win then in Sligo last weekend. So they really are riding on the crest of a wave at the moment, Dave Barry's men. They'll be looking to continue that run today. Now Gerald Dobbs getting up against Jonathan Minnock, but Donal O'Brien is there to tidy up and to get it back to Gavin Dykes. Dykes hitting it long, and Declan Daly is there, coolness personified, to get it back to Noel Mooney. Well, Dave Barry just issuing some instructions there. It's been a scrappy opening few minutes. Oh, Patsy Frayne, beautiful skill from Frayne. He's getting to the end line. Gavin Dykes with the challenge, and that's out for a corner to Cork City. Lovely little touch from Patsy Frayne. Well, I'm sure they're all glad he decided to give it another season here at Turner's Cross. Such an influential player for Dave Barry's side. Now the corner taken short for Ollie Cahill, misses it. Jason KB has it in, it's cleared off the line, and I think it's Jonathan Minnock getting back there. First real chance of the game for City as the game goes on. Jason KB is so close to giving City the lead. Now Kelvin Flanagan battling up along the left, and he's won a throw off Pascal Vodacan, but so close for City early on. Well, they've responded when Finn Harps went close at one end with a chance of their own. Now KB has got support from Barry Murphy. Barry Murphy with a high cross. Brian McKenna comes from McKenna, misses. Flanagan, it's there. City have taken the lead. 17 minutes gone at Turner's Cross, and it's Cork City 1, Finn Harps 0, and it's Kelvin Flanagan's 3rd league goal of the season. Well, the other 2 from penalties. Ollie Cahill tells Flanagan to salute the shed end. They've gone delirious down to our right. Flanagan punches the air, and there they are. They've seen the first goal go in here. We'll look at it again. Lovely knockdown from KB. Barry Murphy with the cross. We'll see the keeper, Brian McKenna, come for it. He gets into all sorts of difficulty with Gerard Dobbs, and that's a brilliant header from Flanagan, clearing Gavin Dykes on the Finn Harps line. Cork City are leading by 1-0. Well, the perfect start for City, and something has gone on up here top of the picture. Well, it appears to be Eamon Kavanagh and Greg O'Halloran. Now Derek Collin going over to have a word here with Kavanagh. Patsy Frayne's in, and so is Brian Flood. Well, this is all getting a little out of hand here now. Gavin Dykes coming in as well. Well, we could do without this. We're not quite sure exactly what happened, but Dick O'Hanlon is going to have to get a hand on this and do it very quickly here. And it's all boiling up over there on the far side. Well, he appears to have restored some semblance of order here now, but we'll have to really take a look at that again if we can. Well, there was a hand in the back there from Greg O'Halloran, but Kavanagh lashed out and he caught O'Halloran flush in the face, and I think there's no way once that was seen that he's going to get away with that. I'd be surprised if this wasn't red. Dick O'Hanlon calls Eamon Kavanagh aside and just telling Declan Daly and Donal O'Brien to calm things down. Now what's going to be the upshot of this? He's reaching for the back pocket. It's going to be red. Yes, he's gone. Finn Harps are reduced to 10 men at Turner's Cross. Just 22 minutes gone here, and Eamon Kavanagh has been sent to the line, and the Finn Harps players don't like it. They're crowding around referee Dick O'Hanlon. Now Pascal Vodacan is a very animated expression, and he's been booked for his troubles here. They're going to have to be very careful, Finn Harps. They've already had 1 man dismissed, and really no matter what you say to a referee, he's not going to change his mind here. Of course, we had the situation last year with Matt Britton of Shamrock Rovers when he was sent off twice. But once will do, I'm sure, for Eamon Kavanagh. Just having a chat there with Tom Mohan, seems to be explaining what went on. But Kavanagh is not a happy player here, and he's been sent to the line. Now it's still continuing on here. Declan Daly having a word with Tom Mohan, just explaining the situation. I don't think we need this really. Gavin Dykes, Declan Boyle and Pascal Vodacan all coming in, and the City players just in, trying to separate this really. And the referee is going to have to calm this down and calm it down quickly. The blood is boiling here early on at Turner's Cross, but as we say, it's Cork City who lead by 1-0. Kelvin Flanagan's goal, and Finn Harps are reduced to 10 men. It's going to be a real uphill climb now, you feel, for the Northerners. Now the upshot of it all, of course, is going to be that Finn Harps are in possession. The referee waves play on, and we'll have to see what happens from here. But what an exciting opening to the game in more ways than one. That's a good climb from Declan Daly. And up and challenging in midfield is Ollie Cahill. The ball comes out towards Jason Kabia. Ooh, that's a little heavy from Tom Moen. The crowd certainly don't like it, and Moen is going to get booked for that. Well, he's protesting his innocence here, Moen, but I'm not sure he's too much to protest about. Pascal Vodekan is in there again. He can't afford to say too much. And Declan Boyle, the captain, is over to have a word with our referee. Well, John Caulfield assessing the situation. I'm sure he'll be very eager to get on the field of play after his goal last week. Now a corner for City. Good header clear, but only as far as Ollie Cahill. Now Patsy Frayne, he's got a few yards of space here. Frayne has a go! Just wide. Very good effort from the number 6 for Cork City. Well capable, of course, of striking a ball from distance. On that occasion, just to the right of Brian McKenna's post. Now the kick out, and it's going to be Noel Mooney. Gets a lot of height into that one, breaking in midfield. It's Mark Herrick against Donal O'Brien, and Herrick has it again. Lovely ball out wide, looking for Jared Dobbs, but it's broken only for Jonathan Minnock. Now Minnock can come forward here. Finn Harps will look to get back to parity as quickly as possible, and it's Mulligan coming forward. Cuts inside, good play though from Greg O'Halloran, the youngster, but he's given away again. Now Mulligan's in here. Mulligan has a go, good save from Mooney. It's broken. Mooney's there, second attempt, third attempt, and Mooney has fallen on it. And gives out to his defenders about some slack marking in front of him. But the scoreline remains here, 1-0 to Cork City. And the large crowd, I'm sure, enjoying the fare on offer so far today. Now Patsy Frayne in with a challenge there. Ollie Cahill jumping away from Vodekan, but it comes to O'Brien, and he spreads it wide to Minnock again. He likes to get forward, this full back, faced by O'Halloran and by Kelvin Flanagan. Lovely skill from Minnock to get away from them both, but O'Halloran tracks back. That's good play from O'Halloran, and finds Colin. Flanagan calling again. Lovely one-touch play from City to get out of danger. Patsy Frayne, and that's the end of the first half action here at Turner's Cross. Well, a half full of incident. City an early scare when James Mulligan went one-on-one with Noel Mooney, but the City keeper pulled off a fantastic save. They then went downfield and took the lead on 17 minutes through Kelvin Flanagan. Eamon Kavanagh sent off for Harps on 22, but half-time here, as we say, it's City who lead by 1-0. An all-ticket game, of course, here today at Turner's Cross, and it shows the ground is packed. Kick-off even delayed by 15 minutes to allow the crowd in. And there's Derek Collin receiving his Player of the Month award for Cork City, and receiving due acclaim from the shed end. Well, he's really been in magnificent form of late, Collin, of course, all capped by his international call-ups with the under-21s, and sorely missed in Sligo last week. Now City attacking the shed end now in the second half, and of course word must be said of the missing City player today, Dave Hill, in England due to a family bereavement, and everyone's thoughts, I'm sure, in the club and all the supporters are with the Hill family. Now City, can they build on this lead? And at the moment it's Finn Harps coming forward. James Mulligan, he will be a threat, but that's good midfield play. Great battling from Kelvin Flanagan, but Tom Moen nips in away from two City players. Mulligan, he finds Speak. Now is there room here for Jonathan Speak? He holds it up, needs support. He's got it from Vodekan. Good ball in, it's going to break here for Donal O'Brien. O'Brien with a go off the post and away to safety. Well, Finn Harps came so close there to tying things up at Turner's Cross. Great effort from the former Derry City man Donal O'Brien. And well, they might be down to 10 men, but they're far from out of this game, the Northerners. Third place, of course, in the table, looking to peg City back. But here's Ollie Cahill coming forward. Kbia, Kelvin Flanagan, is he in for a second? Great save from Brian McKenna. Brave goalkeeping from the Finn Harps custodian to come out there at the feet of Kelvin Flanagan. Well, the City midfielder feeling the pain of that challenge. But for a moment there, City were 2-on-1, but couldn't take advantage. The corner, well claimed by McKenna. Well, City's so close to going 2 up there, but this game is certainly opening up, and the crowd, I'm sure, enjoying what they're seeing. Now Finn Harps with the throw. O'Brien with the head forward has come to Greg O'Halloran. Space for O'Halloran at the left foot. Well, it was always going left and wide, but a good effort from O'Halloran. Of course, the Irish under-18 international, and such a versatile player for Cork City, can be used in the back and has been used in midfield, of course, as well. Now, is that a handball against Patsy Frayne? The referee hasn't given it, and all of a sudden Cork are breaking here, and it's Kelvin Flanagan. They're 3-on-2. Oh, but that's a poor ball from Flanagan. Well, he's had a good game, but he's given it away to Declan Boyle, and immediately Harps launched the counter-attack, and Boyle has found James Mulligan. Now he's being faced up here by Derek Collin. Mulligan, and with City getting support back, he can chip this one in here. Great ball in, Jonathan Speak, a chance for Harps. Great tackle, and it's cleared away by Declan Daly. Well, Noel Mooney not happy, but I think it was Brian Barry Murphy there with a great saving tackle on Jonathan Speak. Well, Speak, the man who scored over a century of League of Ireland goals, was nearly in again there. but the danger was averted, and it's in now, the ball in the safe hands of Noel Mooney. Well, Finn Harps threatening there in the counter-attack set up by Declan Boyle and through James Mulligan to Jonathan Speake. But City, they've only conceded 2 league goals all season, and that wasn't added to on that occasion. Now Brian Barry Murphy coming forward, he's found Ollie Cahill. The roar goes up from the crowd, the ball in from Cahill, in for Flanagan. Oh, it's just too long, and it goes out over the end line, and that'll be a goal kick for Finn Harps. But that's what the crowd like to see here. Ollie Cahill in full flight down the left wing. He's had a tremendous season so far. Well, City deciding, Dave Barry, to ring the changes here, and coming on 14 and 15, John Caulfield and Garrett Cronin for Kelvin Flanagan and Jason Kabia. Well, good to see Garrett Cronin back. Missed the Sligo game, of course, last week through injury. And Johnny Caulfield, he scored in that Sligo game, and he'll be looking to add to that tally here today, I'm sure. Now Tom Mohan back for Vodacan. Now upfield looking for Jonathan Speake, but he won't find him with a ball like that. And Brian Barry Murphy and Mark Herrick between them can come away with it here. Barry Murphy looking for support up the line. He's got it in Gerald Dobbs. Now can Dobbs get a cross in here? He can indeed. In comes O'Halloran, but a good clearance from Jonathan Minnock. Well, City trying to press home their advantage here. They're stretching the Finn Harps men well, which of course is what you have to do when you have the numerical advantage. Now a throw in here, Mark Herrick. Can he get away from O'Brien? He can. Can he get the cross in? Good cross from Herrick. John Caulfield, it's there! City have got their second, and it's richly deserved. And the goal scorer, well, it's John Caulfield. He takes the congratulations from his teammates. Credit Mark Herrick as well. But Caulfield has got his second league goal in 2 league games for Cork City, and they lead 2-0 here midway through the second half. Well, the capacity crowd, they've loved that one. The shed end, they're chanting the name of John Caulfield, but look at this for skill from Mark Herrick. A lovely little drag back and a brilliant cross, and there was Caulfield, goal poacher supreme, in ahead of Gavin Dykes, and no chance Brian McKenna. Wonderful goal. It's Cork City 0, Finn Harps 2. Well, Harps need to respond quickly if they're to get anything out of this game. And Jonathan Minnock, who evades a strong challenge there from Patsy Frayne, but it's come for Brian Flood, and he's lost out. And now all of a sudden, City of numbers here. It's Ollie Cahill breaking away, and Gerard Dobbs on the right. Now Dobbs' support inside. He's got Caulfield, Herrick, and Cahill. Now he evades Jonathan Minnock. He goes down. Is that a penalty? No, the referee has said no. Gavin Dykes came across, but I don't think Dykes touched him. There's just a question whether Jonathan Minnock did or not, but Dick O'Hanlon saw nothing in it, and City's penalty claims have been waved aside. Now they're coming forward again. Declan Daly support inside from Patsy Frayne, and they're going backwards here, using the ball well, and plenty space out left. And it's Garrett Cronin. He's got Brian Barry Murphy. If he chooses to use him, goes instead for Ollie Cahill, and he does use Barry Murphy. Now up the line he's got John Caulfield. Caulfield here, brilliant turnaround, Gavin Dykes, and Caulfield coming forward. Now inside he's got Ollie Cahill, who he can't get the cross in. He's got Brian Barry Murphy here. Barry Murphy can get it. Here's Gerard Dobbs at number 3. No, great tackle from Declan Boyle. Oh, Dobbs was so unlucky there. He could have added to his league goals for City, but the ball just got stuck under his feet. And there was Declan Boyle, the man, of course, who had a spell with Glasgow Celtic, to make that last-ditch tackle and deny the City centre forward. Now coming forward again, and this time it's the Finn Harps substitute, John Gerard McGettigan, great servant of the club. Goes past Garrett Cronin, but goes down, and McGettigan has got the free for that, and I think Garrett Cronin will be booked. Yes, he will. So Garrett Cronin has his name taken by our Waterford official, and that's going to end up as a free kick here for Finn Harps. Now Jonathan Minnock is there, and so too is Vodacan. It's Minnock to curl it. Well, the crowd goes silent there. I'm not quite sure how close that was. It hit the back stanchion, but Noel Mooney's goal remains intact, and the City supporters, they're still smiling here. Now Derek Collin, a towering presence at the heart of the City defence, heading that one clear for Ollie Cahill. Now Cahill goes wide for John Caulfield. He's done well since he came in, Caulfield, but he's under pressure there, and once again it's McGettigan coming forward. The crowd want handball, they're not going to get it, and it's 2-on-1 here. James Mulligan is through. He's got support inside. Oh, but Mulligan, he chose the wrong option there. Inside him he had the number David Dowling, and Dowling isn't too happy, but he took the extra touch, and that gave Declan Daly the chance to get across and clear the danger. Now Patrick McGranahan, one last throw of the dice perhaps for Finn Harps in injury time. McGranahan with the cross, Dowling's in there. Oh, Declan Daly did just enough there, leaning into Dowling to put him off, and that's gone harmlessly wide. Now the referee's blown the final whistle here, and Cork City have extended their unbeaten run, their 100% record, to 8 games out of 8. Well, they're on 24 points now, outright lead of the League of Ireland Premier Division, Well, Dave Barry in his programme notes said this might be the toughest test so far, and well, in one way it proved that. City's cause helped, of course, by the 22nd minute dismissal of Harps number 11, Eamon Kavanagh, but by then a goal from Kelvin Flanagan had put them in front, and John Coffey's second has given them the maximum 3 points. City on top of the League of Ireland Premier Division. Well, Kelvin, the run goes on, 8 from 8 and still topping the league.
That's it, you know. Our home form this year has been great. Our away form has even been better. We're training really hard, and as a team and as a group of players, and we're working hard for each other, and thankfully the results are paying off for us, you know.
You yourself got the goal, of course, that put Cork City 1 up here today. You might just tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I think the ball broke down initially on this side of the field. I think Ollie and Brian had a little bit 1-2, and it was a great ball in by B. And the keeper got in a bit of a tangle with Dobbsy. Thankfully for me, I was there, you know, to put the ball in the net and to put us 1 up. But sure, Johnny C came on and won the game for us.
Did you score many with your head?
Not really. I scored one in the League Cup up in the Brandywell recently, you know, so I'm working on that heading practice, you know.
You're telling me it's an aspect of your game that's going really well. You've got 6 so far in the League and League Cup, sorry. So you're obviously very happy with that.
Yeah, you know, obviously it's nice to score every week, you know. It would be great if you could score every game. But thankfully enough for me and the team, we went in today, and it doesn't really make a difference who scores. Once we keep winning and playing well, we're playing really well, we're playing good football. I think the people who saw the crowd here today were an unbelievable crowd. So I think once we can keep our home form going, the away form will take over itself, you know.
Sending off appeared to have a big effect on the game.
Well, it did really, you know. We always knew it was going to be a physical game. But I think the same player that got sent off, he was involved in an incident in the box about 5 minutes previous. Silly little ningle with Greg, which showed the game. Thankfully it settled down for us and we went on to win the game. Thankfully enough for us, we didn't get involved neither, you know.
Goal scoring at one end, but not conceding again. You've only conceded 2 league goals so far this season, which is an amazing record.
Unbelievable, you know. Derek, we missed Dave Hill today. Dave Hill is probably the best passing centre back in the country at the moment, and he was out of the team today, sadly enough, for bereavement in the family, you know. And Derek came back in, international player, showed how good he is today, class player, should be over the water, you know. But everybody on the panel, never mind the team, everybody on the panel, the likes of Colin and Stevie and Fergie out at the moment, you know, that just goes to show, even the lads on the bench, they would get on any other team in the league. That'll tell you the quality we have. So once we keep our heads going and screwed in and just think of every game as it comes, the results will go themselves, you know.
And another win today, the perfect approach to a double header against St. Pat's.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We didn't even think about that today. We just wanted to get the result today behind us. 3 points is vital today, you know, just to put on a good show for the fans. Next week will take care of itself. It's on telly. We don't worry about that. We've been on telly loads of times before. That'll take care of itself. We're looking forward to it, but sure, it's only another game.
Well, Dave, Finn Harps always going to provide a stiff test for you here today, but another win now, and that's 8 on the trot.
That's right, Des. Very pleasing, you know, considering, you know, it's the start of the season, you're going into the season, you're hoping for a good start, but 8 wins in a row, you know, against some very good opposition, and you know, hopefully it'll continue for another couple of weeks.
Scrappy opening 10 minutes, but then Kelvin's goal, allied to the sending off of the Finn Harps player, that really tilted the game in your favour.
Well, it did. I think when they went down to 10 men, you know, I think at that stage Kelvin was after scoring, so you know, it set us up nicely for the rest of the game. But at times it's more difficult to play against 10 men. I think we were a bit too cautious in the first half. We're playing against the wind, and our midfield players tend to sit back on top of our back four. But in the second half, you know, we stretched them a bit better. I think, you know, if you keep it narrow against 10 men, they can battle away. But, you know, if they have to start doing long runs, trying to cut out balls and things like that. So put Greg O'Halloran wide in the right, and Declan Daly brought on Gareth Cronin and John Caulfield, and we got a better grip of it.
And then second half, inspired management, John Caulfield coming on, scoring almost straight away.
Well, yes, but these things work or they don't work. You know, I think it's a situation when you're standing on the line, you're 1 up, and they're down to 10 men. You say let things go, and maybe, you know, it'll come right. But they were happy really to slow down the game and work on a set piece to try to get back into the game. And yeah, like if we drew today 1-1, I'd have been very disappointed with myself really. So made a double substitution at the same time, and it worked for us.
Maximum points, of course, but will strike you as well from the league table is 419 and against just 2.
That's right. I think really in the first half, Noel Mooney made a great save off James Mulligan, a quality striker. He was in on goal, and you know, Noel Mooney made a tremendous save, and he's playing very, very well. Second half, they put in a lot of high balls on top of us. as well as the first half, and really he's the safest hands in the League of Ireland. It's a situation, any ball's going into the box, he just comes and cleans it out, you know. So, you know, he's playing very, very well, and you know, the back four, it's a pity today, like Gareth Cronin was struggling with a knee injury, missed last week's game. He came on the second half, but you know, it was dodgy with him to play him on a, as well as that Dave Hill was missing because of the death in his family. So Dave is in England, so you know, we're chopping and changing at the back. It's not as if we had the same team going out week in, week out, and really the lads who've come in done tremendously well.
So another good win. You can now turn your attentions to the game. The whole country seems to be talking about Pats next Friday evening. Yeah,
it's going to be a big game for us. You know, it's a 6-pointer, but you know, really today's game was you know, a difficult one. Like Finn Harps have a lot of quality players, put a lot of money into the squad, and you know, we knew it was going to be difficult today. You know, getting the 3 points, I would have been disappointed if we didn't get the 3 points today and then went up and beat Pats. You know, you feel that you know, we went about it the wrong way. But you know, a lot of media attention on that game next week, and you know, it can affect your home performances. But I'm just glad to get out of here now with the 3 points, and we'll really look forward to Pats. I saw them last week, and they're a very difficult side to play against. They have a lot of good players around. They're well organised, but you know, we're going up there. We'll give a good account of ourselves. No trouble.
Own ability, and that faith appeared.